let's say you want to play TF2, but the regular game modes, kickoff, payload, CTF, etc., they're getting kind of boring. And you've tried all the good community game modes, First Saxon Hail, Gun Game, if that still exists, Def Run. However, if you're getting bored with all those, I do recommend a game mode that is, well, admittedly pretty stupid, but kind of fun at the same time. It's called Passtime. It's a big shame that nobody plays it because it's, well, a lot of fun. But due to it being an alternative game mode, right here, it's doomed to lower player counts. So low that I don't think anyone actually plays on Passtime. Not even the bots, but don't get your hopes up. However, I want to show you on this video the basics and basic techniques of Passtime, just to prove to you on why this game mode is underrated and why you should play it. Honestly. So what is Passtime? Well, to put it in short, grab the ball and go into one of the few goals. You can either run into the goal, or you could throw the ball into this goal. Or if you're a real MLG, you can somehow open up the bonus goal and throw the ball in there. Now, a bonus goal requires the jack power meter to be, well, full. And in order to get this full, you must pass the jack to the teammates. So, just play a game of catch with your teammates and the bonus goal will be open. Also, the bonus goal is worth 3 points. Yeah. It's kind of broken. Sounds simple, right? Well, you are right. The ball, called the jack, removes the ability to shoot your weapons, but it heals and speeds up yourself and everybody on your team around it. You're able to aim the jack by holding left click. So you see that yellow line? Well, it's supposed to assist you in aiming the jack. Scout, Soldier, and Pyro all have weaker throws than the rest of the classes though, so please pay attention to that. The jack spawns in the middle of the map, and those are just kind of the main basics to know. While yes, there are other minor facts like how rocket and sticky jumpers can't carry a jack, and this for some reason, you can do this by holding left click while trying to aim and pressing right click. I think it's like a fake throw thing. It's kind of interesting.
Fun fact, if a scout carries the jack, a heavy will have the same speed as him due to how the jack speed mirrors the person holding the jack. Yeah, it's overpowered.
Passtime is a very gimmicky game mode as it revolves around the jack, the goals, the big maps. So your playstyle and your loadout should revolve around a very gimmicky playstyle for some classes. The main class you will see on Passtime servers are scouts and maybe an engineer for the goals, but that's kind of it. What I'm going to present to you now are all the classes, their purpose in Passtime, and how to use them effectively. Now, sorry that a lot of the footage isn't on populated servers. It's so hard to find a populated server. It's real bad. The Scout is the fastest class in the game, so it's a no-brainer that most pick him. Even with the jack on him, he is still able to avoid shots and projectiles and get to the goal in the fastest way possible. And that's just kind of why people choose him. If you use the babyface, you will be able to go even further beyond your speed capabilities. But just remember that engineers will be your main counter in Passtime because, most engineers will probably turtle around the goals, kind of their job. With the Scout's weapons, all are viable.
Besides the backscatter, but don't use that one.
And the secondaries and melees aren't that bad either. Just remember that you can't pick up the jack while using bonk, but you probably shouldn't be using bonk that much anyway.
Not saying you shouldn't use bonk, I'm just saying there's better alternatives.
The soldier is a good assist for the person holding jack, splash damage. There aren't any weapons that are worth of note for soldier in Passtime, but there are the banners, which are worth mentioning, because you should use a banner to support the person holding the jack, because, let's be real here, if you're holding the jack, you're going to be targeted on like an anger sniper from a Soundsmith stereotype video. I'm just joking. Now, do note that if you're using the rocket jumper, you can't pick up the jack because game design. You are able to do this one technique with the jump pads where if you time well a rocket jump on the pads, you are able to do a across the map like this. I don't know how practical this is, but guess if you're a trollger, it's kind of funny, right? Now, Pyro isn't exactly the most useful when it comes to pastime, but I mean, the air blast is able to be used to project the person holding the jack from projectiles, which admittedly is pretty useful. You are able to air blast the jack for whatever reason, but in all fair honesty though, if you want to pick off stray kills, you know, using Ketchup combos, I mean, go ahead. Pyro is not the worst class to play as in pastime, I'm just saying because Pyro, you know, it's not really useful to support the jack holder, but if you want to pick off stray kills using WM1 or the Ketchup techniques, you know, go ahead. I'm just saying that there are better classes to play if you want to support the jack holder. The demo doesn't really have much of a purpose in pastime, like the Pyro, besides from one important thing, destroying sentry. You have no idea how satisfying it is when you Uber up and go inside some large engineered turtle area and just destroy all their crap. It's awesome. But besides that, demo doesn't really have much of a purpose. I mean, the other classes can do his job, but better. Demo night can also be really fun, as always, in getting kills, tripping on the map, basically being a solar light wannabe, overall being a maniac. The heavy can also be an assist to the person holding the jack. Now, a little fun fact is that whoever is holding the jack will be the same speed as the class holding the jack. So to put it in short, if the scout is holding the jack and the heavy, you know, is in the jack's range, the heavy will go to the same speed as the scout, thus negating his ultimate weakness, his speed. Now mix up the heavy with a meta combo, he literally becomes unstoppable. Yeah, it's kind of insane. The engineer is really only used for one situation, sentries at the goal site. And if you played CTF, you will know that there will be a turtling NG at the goals at some point. If you are an NG, I recommend you build the goals and go act like a madman and fight with your teammates. Or if you're a big brain NG and you watch Uncle Dane the NG main, you go Ninjaneer. Probably do something stupid like that, you know, get some kills, and you know, help out your teammates in some fashion. The medic is an important class as usual. Now the medic should stay around the jack holder at most all times because the jack holder will be targeted like, I don't know what metaphor, but will be heavily targeted on because that's the main point of the game. However, the medic should stay around the jack holder and people around the jack just to support him or just in case there's a sentry so the medic can uber charge someone around and hopefully take out the sentry. That would be really cool. The sniper, as the Ball Crisis has taught us, is that he is a very powerful class if you know how to use him.
Or know how to install cheats, but don't do that, you asshole.
Snipers are supposed to be an area denial class. I mean, you deny the team from going to the goal site. Due to pastime maps being so large and pretty open, sniper sightlines are very big, so you can make people really angry by aiming well.
Or using cheats, but don't do that, you asshole.
The Spy is a weird class in this game mode. A good thing you could do as Spy is use a cloak and dagger and hang around the goal site and do some spy gaming things. If a demo can't take out a turtling NG, just remember that a Spy could do it. I mean, the Spy and NG are designed to be counters. The Cloak and Dagger is really good at maps and game modes where you can camp around and wait for an opportunity to strike. I mean,
CTF, manpower, pastime.
Although nobody plays this game mode anymore, I think that I can make a change, even though it probably is going to be a little change. What I'm saying is that you should go play this game mode in the regular casual section, saying as if you can find a server and find a game without bots, or you can go to the community servers and search far and wide for a populated server. I will leave some servers in the description for you to join if I find some, because I really want to see this game mode become popular, as it describes what TF2 really is. Chaotic and casual, something that scares competitive players. Yeah, I'm just joking. Or am I?